Hi there, this is Tom from tdjacobs.com, and I wanted to do an update on the charged crystals. I started doing the Tiger Iron last December, charged them, started cutting them and polishing them in December, started charging them and offering them to others in January, started doing the briqueated red jasper in the spring, and so now we've had about 10 months of this process that's been going on. I want to give you a quick update. Also, I just updated on my website, on the crystals page, over a dozen new charged Tiger Iron pieces that you can check out. And I just got back from Vancouver a few days ago, Vancouver, British Columbia, and I did a metaphysical expo. It was the first one I did, and I talked about what I do constantly, right? It's what a person having a booth and doing readings at an expo might do. And I went so many times through the spiel about grounding and why these stones are useful that I got kind of a renewed sense of purpose about it. And I was able to have some conversations with people who got the stones during the expo, and then I talked to them days later. And one of them, I recorded about 7 or 8 minutes of her explaining her wonderful transformative experience with the Tiger Iron that I will post in my blog and elsewhere soon. Essentially, getting grounded is the most important thing we can do now. Get in our bodies, deal with our emotions. Spiritual evolution is not getting up into upper chakras, but it's in actually dealing with ourselves as energetic beings and learning to consciously operate ourselves as energetic beings, as conscious beings. So being aware of what belongs to us, what belongs to others. Like most people would say, well, I understand I may absorb some energies from other people, or I may be closed down to make sure that I don't have to absorb energies from other people. But what goes with that is that when you're closed to others, or you're shut down, or you're afraid of others' energies, you actually can have barriers up that prevent you from being able to get rid of what you need to get rid of. So live an open heart, live a life with an open heart. You know, be heart-centered, be heart-open, but be so grounded in your body, connected to the earth, and clear in the lower 3 chakras that you're not absorbing energies from other people because you're clear. This is not for me. I am me. I'm in my body. So in order to do that, we have to own the history of what has happened to us as people, which means looking at challenging memories and feelings of disempowerment and, you know, the confusion and frustration that comes up about why that painful thing happened and why that person did that and why did I make that stupid choice, and oh, such regret and guilt and shame and self-doubt. We have to transform our relationship with all those parts of our experience, all those emotions that we carry, all those judgments, all those fears. This is the primary thing these charged Tiger Irons will support. Earlier in the year, if you check out other videos on the Tiger Iron specifically, you'll hear me talking about dealing with family issues, dealing with relationship issues like 1st and 2nd chakra respectively, dealing with self-worth issues, 3rd chakra, and all the different ways that I talk about those processes and those parts of the energy field, those experiences that fit with those parts of our lives. But when it really comes down to it, your lower 3 chakras need to be a strong foundation, need to be a pyramid on which the rest of you rests, on which your heart, your alignment with truth, your clarity, perception, and goals, and your ability to surrender and feel safe in life and work with the universe, you know, work with the flow of the universe, with how things actually work here. The lower 3 chakras have to be cleaned and have to be in a good space. So this is what the Tiger Iron does. It puts your attention on what is unresolved in those lower chakra issues. If you have physical manifestations, your guides and the beings that are bookmarked, Ascended Master Jehudi, also known as Thoth, Saint Germain, and Merlin, and also Archangel Metatron, the energies of those 2 beings are in the stone, in each of the Tiger Iron stones, and also the red jasper. So you'll be bringing those beings into your life. So some people would have physical situations that are manifestations of fears about money, regrets about family, whatever lower chakra issues, self-doubt, self-regret, judgment from others, judgment of self. These manifest physically. All energies manifest physically. So those beings will start working on those physical issues. You will start to notice different changes. and your energy field will start to get aligned and cleaned out, and things will start to make more sense. When you have the lower three chakras set up in the right way, working and functioning clearly, even if you're not totally cleansed, you're in this moving in the direction of empowerment. Then things in the upper chakras, the upper four chakras, heart, up the crown, that need to resolve themselves, begin naturally to start resolving themselves. Essentially, for example, aligning with truth or perceiving clearly. Well, how am I going to experience the world through my through my fifth and sixth chakras if I don't know that I'm safe? First chakra. Second chakra, if I don't know with absolute certainty that I have the right and I'm willing to say yes, please, and no thank you when appropriate. And third chakra, do I trust myself? So how can I align with truth? How can I surrender and like align my power with truth if my power centers, my third chakra, is messed up? So how can I perceive clearly if I'm afraid, second chakra, of what other people might say to me? So, how can we align with that? So that's what these tiger iron pieces are really for. And I'm just really inspired with the experiences that people in Vancouver had, even just being at the table. So essentially, you can check out my Facebook page, Evolutionary Astrology and Channeling with Tom Jacobs, to see a picture of the setup of the booth. It was the very first one I did. I had a banner made. I had two banners made, actually. And so on one side of the table I had books, then I had some sign-up sheets for different things, and then I had, not a pile of rocks, but I had a little display of these charged crystals. And some people were gravitated toward the books. Some people were gravitated toward me, just kind of wandered over to me and tell me what you do. And other people were kind of like mesmerized up to the stones, like drawn to the stones. They could feel the vibration. Even people kind of walking by and then kind of like somehow, where am I going? And then ending up in front of the stones. Tell me about these crystals. So I had the experience of, telling a bunch of people about them. And a number of crystals did sell. And I tell everybody who gets a stone that they can keep in touch with me over email to get support. They can ask questions because everybody's process will be unique. Some people start to have dreams of the past. Some people start to have guides talking to them through dreams. And so I'm available to everybody who gets a stone to give some feedback and insight. So the people up there who bought one, I've heard from one directly, and then other people were just kind of saying, yeah, this vibration is incredible. I'm really curious about what it's going to do in my world. So I had a great time talking about the stones. And I'll be honest with you, at first, like on these videos, I can talk about stuff and tell you something, whatever. It's a one-off deal. I'm done. I hit stop on the record button. I edit it. I post it. Done. And then you can watch it if you want. At the expo, over and over and over again, talking about the same things. And selling, for me, is not always comfortable. I don't like sales pitches. If I'm piqued by something, I will want an explanation, but I'm very efficient and no nonsense about it. And if somebody sounds fake or how they've been trained to sell things, I'm turned off. Like customer service representatives on the phone, I just want to vomit every time I have to call my cell phone company because they're fake. Anyway, so I had to sell, I had to do this, talk about what I do and all the things I do, the crystals, the books, the readings, the energy work, the channeling events, all these things, over and over and over again. And at first it was kind of a drag, and then I kind of realized that this was repeated opportunity to connect to people, repeated opportunity to tell people about how this will benefit them. So I had, just as an aside, it's not about the crystals, but it's a byproduct of talking about the crystals as much as I did, having that experience of getting more efficient in how I talk about the crystals, honestly. So anyway, there are 13 new tiger iron pieces charged that are now listed on the site, tdjacobs.com/crystals.html. And there's also a link there at the bottom where you can say with your finger to click it. Click here to see crystals that have already been sold, have found homes. And there's a map that I've updated recently after Vancouver. And you can see where in the world these crystals have gone, where the vibration of Metatron and Jehudi is now seated in people's homes, purses, backpacks, cars. So you can get a sense of how this is spreading across the globe, that people are connecting with these energies and starting to clean up their lower chakras so that the rest of themselves can get cleaned up. So thanks for your time and attention, and check out the crystals on my site and be in touch with any questions. There are resources on that page. There's a PDF, there's an MP3, each is channeled from Jehudi about what's going on with these and strategies to work with them. And of course, keep in touch and ask questions. Read more about what I'm up to at tdjacobs.com, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.